Hi, 72 Daystar, trying to squeeze in a quick one here. Paul Kokoski has some things in common with me. He's Canadian, that's one. He's an expat in Korea, that's two. He's has an interest in this issue of gays, lesbians, bisexuals, and transgenders gaining equal rights, specifically the right for people of the same sex to marry. It's the issue of marriage equality. So there's where the similarities end. We come down on opposite sides of the fence on this. And recently, in response to an editorial by, actually very surprisingly, some staff writer, nameless editorial staff writer for the Korea Times, wrote a piece that suggested that he accepted the idea that gays and lesbians that it may have been determined that may be innate, that it's something completely beyond their control. To me, it's relevant and it's not relevant. Let me tell you how it's not relevant first. Well, and that brings me back to Paul Kokoski's response. Paul Kokoski's response was to talk about that it's not innate, but that he seemed to have this idea that marriage and sexuality was inherently heterosexual. That it was supposed to be a guy and a girl. It's not supposed to be two girls, not supposed to be two guys. And how does he know this? He doesn't really state. He just asserts that it's intrinsic. That's the it was in sort of an implicit appeal to nature, which is a fallacy. If you're familiar with fallacies of logic, that's a fallacy. You can't say just because it's natural, it's good. You know, arsenic is it's an element, it's natural. But it doesn't take much of it to really do great damage to your body. That's just one of many examples you could cite of things that are natural, but are not good in any, at least in that sense. It's not good for our bodies. So he tries to make this appeal, trying to argue that it's natural or unnatural, but when you consider that since recorded history, we've known about homosexuality, how can you make an argument that it's unnatural? Not that that would be relevant at all anyways, because an appeal to nature is not a good reason to exclude something, and also the opposite. To call it unnatural doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. There are lots of synthetic compounds that we use in medicine and other applications that have a value and are good in that sense. Relative to that goal of wellness, they would be good. So either side of the fence, it doesn't get them anywhere. My advice to Paul Kokoski is, if you object to same-sex couples getting married, I would suggest don't marry a dude, okay? That's my thoughts on that. 72 Daystar out.